Welcome back to BST, everybody, your favorite father son podcast. I'm solo this morning, the 2nd, January 2nd. Hope you guys had a great New Year's Day, hanging out with family, doing whatever you like to do. I wanted to start off this show um, sending thoughts and prayers to the people in New Orleans who were affected by the terrorist attack down there. Just a horrible situation. Not going to get too much into it, but yeah, I just wanted to send my thoughts and prayers. Hopefully, we get some clarity on the situation, and I hope the families get answers, stuff like that. But yeah, just horrible situation, thoughts and prayers. But that kind of leads into college football because the Sugar Bowl was postponed yesterday. It was supposed to be the night game, about 5:30 Mountain Time, I believe, and that was postponed to today at about 2, I believe. So we'll see about that later on today. We'll probably have a video coming out for that. But we did have 2 games yesterday in the college football playoff. It started off in the Peach Bowl, Texas taking on Arizona, and it wasn't close at first. I thought Texas was just going to go in there and dominate them at first. I think they went up 17-0, if I am remembering correctly. Let me look here. No, it was 14-3 after the first quarter. That's what it was. 14-3 after the first quarter, and I'm like, wow, Texas is really just handing it to them. And but then Arizona State came back a little, especially in that fourth quarter. They scored 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions to tie the game at 24, I believe. And I mean, first off, let's just talk about what a game from Cam Scattaboo. We talked about him in our last video, just saying, wow, I mean, this guy's unbelievable. And he had 30 carries, 143 yards, 2 touchdowns, and then racked up eight receptions for 99 yards. He was Arizona's leading rusher and receiver. And then I believe he had he also had 42 yards through the air and a passing touchdown. I mean, what a game. I mean, that is absolutely insane. And this was the first real good game that we've had in the college football playoff so far. Texas kind of gave up the lead in overtime. Arizona State took the lead 31-24 after they scored in overtime. But then Texas comes back and on 4th down, game on the line, throw a touchdown to tie it 31-31. And then of course Texas gets the ball back. Then they score very quickly. It was one of those things. It's like I'm watching. I'm kind of not paying total attention because I'm not expecting anything. And I think they're showing the replay of another play, but it's a touchdown. It was crazy. Then they got the 2-point, so it made 39-31, and then Arizona State threw a pick. So that won the game for Texas. Texas barely escapes. But yeah, I mean, it was a great game. It was a true classic. But I mean, I don't think you can really say Arizona or Texas got lucky in this game a lot because they missed multiple field goals in the fourth quarter that should have won the game probably. So you can't really say that Texas got lucky because it was more or Arizona State getting lucky. But what a game from Cam Scattaboo. Texas couldn't run the ball. That Matthew Golden guy in Texas, he's a monster. Legitimately a monster. I had not known much about him, but I watched him in that game. I'm like, this guy's pretty good. This guy might go to the league. But yeah, I mean, Arizona State talked a lot of crap coming into this game, especially their quarterback, Scattaboo, saying he's the best running back in college football, which, I mean, Genty, when it mattered, didn't show up as much, but I still think Genty's better. But, I mean, Cam Scattaboo, draft stock at least, going way up there. So it was a good game. I'm glad that Arizona State battled because if Arizona State lost and Boise State lost big like Boise State did, Yeah, I think it would have been a different story going into next year about the playoff format. So I'm glad Arizona State battled a little bit. Now Texas moves on to play Ohio State in the semifinal. So let's go right into that game. Man, I mean, I don't like Oregon. I don't like Ohio State. But if I'm going to pick one, I'm going to cheer for Ohio State. I'm sorry to the Oregon fans who may be watching. I cannot. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I think I just have a natural hatred for the biggest group of fans in Idaho that's not Boise State. Like there are just a lot of Oregon fans here that I've encountered, at least. I don't know if that's an actual truth, but yeah, man. The Buckeyes just came into this game on fire. I mean, they kind of quieted down a little bit in the second half, and for a second there, I'm like, crap, is Oregon gonna win this thing? Are they gonna come back? But I mean, at halftime it was 34-8. I mean, it was a beatdown. It was legitimately embarrassing for Oregon. I mean, I don't even know where to start. They couldn't stop anything, really. Especially they could not stop Jeremiah Smith, which I've been seeing things online. It's like, are we really going to make this guy stay 3 years in college? I mean, this guy's unbelievable. He could go to league right now. It's like we may need to start making exceptions for these guys who are this good at the start of their college career, because I mean, this guy's really good, really legitimately good. But yeah, Oregon couldn't stop the run, and then Oregon couldn't run at all, and I think they count sacks as negative rush yards, but even without that, I mean, their leading rusher, Jordan James, had 14 yards. I mean, that is unbelievable. And then, let me see. They had 8 sacks on Dylan Gabriel. And I don't think what's his name? Will Howard has been sacked this entire playoff. I don't think Tennessee got to him, and Oregon didn't get to him today. That is impressive stuff. And this is the making of a champion. You can say all you want about Ryan Day and Ohio State, but if they continue to play like this, I don't think anybody's beating them in the college football playoff. I mean, it just looked different today. It looked like Ohio State was playing, I don't even know, Northwestern. I mean, it was bad. Sorry to any Northwestern fans out there. I'm not even sure if your team's good or not. But, yeah, I mean, what a beatdown. What an absolute whooping. And it's just the same old story for Oregon. I mean, this was their year. You were undefeated, the 1 seed. And I've seen a bunch of Oregon fans they gave us a month off. What are we supposed to do? We're super tired. We're not tired, but we're super rusty. And I'm like, well, you won yourselves into that position. It's not like you were the 5 seed and it's a punishment. Like, you guys won, and that was your reward, is rest. But I don't think Oregon was that injured, so they probably didn't need the rest as much as some other teams. But still, it's like you cannot blame rest on this. And yeah, there's plenty of Packers. Like, I hate when the Packers get the 1 seed because there's a bye, and I swear we always come out flat. But I'm not going to act like that's the reason we lost. Oregon lost because Ohio State had a much better plan today. And I think Dan Lanning agreed with that take. That's what he said. So I can't really blame it on that, and I don't really know. I mean, Gabriel didn't play bad. He sacked 8 times. What do you want him to do? Will Howard, I mean, their games were pretty similar, to be honest. I thought Dylan Gabriel had to do more. But because I mean, it's just, it was a beatdown. I mean, I've never seen anything like it with these two competitive teams. And we saw a game earlier in the year. It was really close. I did not think it was going to be like this. But in my bracket, I did pick Ohio State to win it all. So go Buckeyes. Yeah, I mean, just crazy. I don't even think did Oregon have a turnover all day? Hold on, let me see. No, zero turnovers. That's rare. That is rare. That is that is rare to win by 20, and you didn't force a turnover, but they also didn't allow a turnover. So and very little penalties too. It's just like if you're just taking a game, it was a clean game that Ohio State just dominated. It wasn't like, oh, Gabriel threw 4 picks on the day, and that's why they won. No, I mean it was just complete and utter domination. And really, Ohio State in the second half did not play as good because I think at halftime they had like almost 400 yards of offense, I believe, and then they finished with 500. So really, they didn't get that many yards in the second half, but they just did enough. I think it's pretty hard when you start that fast to go out in the second half and do the same thing. But yeah, I mean Oregon won time of possession. I mean that's how fast they were scoring. Yeah, and just Jeremiah Smith, man, 7 for 187 and 2 touchdowns, and almost all of that came in the first half. He's something special. He's crazy. I mean, I was talking to one of my buddies, and he was saying, "This guy better than Marvin Harrison." He might be. I mean, this guy's a true freshman. Unbelievable, unbelievable player. Um, yeah, I don't know, just crazy, crazy playing. Yeah, but Ohio State's gonna be a hard beat because now they gotta go play Texas. Texas didn't play that great today. I think Ohio State can beat Texas. So, and this is Ryan Day's job on the line here. Like he needs to win a championship if he wants to stay, probably, or at least make it would be my guess. But yeah, utter beatdown by the Buckeyes over the Ducks, and you just gotta wonder when are the Ducks gonna ever do this thing? Because for now, until they do, there's always gonna be those people who hold up the O for 0 national championships. But yeah, Ohio State wins 41-21. And those were the 2 games that were played today. But we got Notre Dame at Georgia in the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans, obviously. So hopefully everybody there stays safe. And hopefully like security and stuff like that is the best to make sure no more attacks happen. But yeah, they'll play for a spot against Penn State in the Orange Bowl in the semifinal. I think I got Notre Dame tonight. I think I picked Notre Dame to go to the national championship. So I'm cheering for Notre Dame. They're favored by 1. But yeah, one other thing I wanted to touch on: the Alex Ovechkin goal tracker, 25. I think he did it a few nights ago, and I forgot to update it. I didn't see it till this morning. He was injured, but he came back, and now he's only 25 away from Gretzky, which is pretty incredible. He has like 17 goals on the year at I don't even know how old he is. He's pretty old, but we'll see where that goes. But yeah, just wanted to come on here, talk about the latest college ball games. I think the next round should be pretty good, but we'll see where that goes. Well, I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you tonight.